the chairman of the Catholic Conference of Catholic Bishops, Bishop Philip Anyolo, the chairman of the Conference Commission for Education and Religious Education, Bishop Maurice Muasya, the General Secretary KCCB, Right Reverend Daniel Rono, the Vice Chancellor, Catholic University of Eastern Africa, Professor Justus Mbai, our National Executive Secretary KCCB, Augusta Mudigani, our visiting partners from South Africa, Anne Becker, and our colleague from Uganda, Right Reverend Dr. Lucian, the facilitators who have joined us this morning, and in particular Father Luhale, the Education Secretary is present, the religious education advisors, our chaplains who are joining us for the first time, Right Reverend fathers and sisters, colleague principals, our sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. God is good all the time. I want to take this opportunity to welcome all of you to our fourth conference, and want to appreciate that you found time again during your holidays to come and join us in this very important conference. My Lord Bishops, before I make my few remarks, allow me to introduce the delegates, and I will request the Metropolitan chairs to move forward and introduce their delegates per Metropolitan. May I request Matthew, who is with us, to introduce the delegates from Kisumu Metropolitan.
Thank you, our Lordships and all present. I'm Matthew Namunwa, Chair Kisumu Metro. May I introduce the delegates from Homa Bay Diocese. You will stand and wave. Kisii Diocese. Thank you. Kisumu Archdiocese. Here we are. Kakamega Diocese. Thank you. Eldoret Diocese. Here we are. Kitale Diocese. Thank you. Lodwar Diocese. Lodwar, yeah, we have a representation there. And then finally, Bungoma Diocese. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew. May I invite Joseph Mashaga to introduce the delegates from Mombasa. Mr. Andrew Karimi to introduce the delegates from Nyeri Metropolitan.
Thank you, Chairman. I know I've been talking, I've not mentioned my name. My name is Andrew Karimi, the Vice Chairman, National, and also the Chairman of Nyeri Metropolitan. I want to introduce the people from Nyeri Metropolitan. We are going to start with the delegates for Nyeri. Kindly rise up. Yes, appreciate them. I'm moving on to Murang'a Diocese. Delegates from Murang'a, thank you very much. I want to move on to Embu Diocese. Embu, appreciate them, please. Okay, thank you very much. I want to move on to Meru. Thank you very much. And I want to introduce Marl Diocese. I know Father is around. Marl Diocese. Oh, he's there. Let's appreciate them. Thank you. Marsabit. Marisabet. They are there. Thank you very much. Please help me to appreciate people from Marsabit. Let's do it together. Thank you. And I've got a good reason. Let's appreciate, okay, Isioro dances. I can see sister is there and they're very happy. Appreciate people from Isioro also.
Again, Makofi. Thank you very much, Machakos. We are going now to head to Kericho, read by Mr. Maritim from Kericho, kindly. Asante sana. The next diocese from Gong, read by Madam Margaret Riaram. Gong tafadhali. Wamefika wachache, na wengine watakuja. From there we head to Kitui. Kitui, read by Mr. Kimangu. Thank you so much. And now from there we head to Nakuru. Nakuru Diocese. Asante sana, we can see you from all corners. And finally to the ground host, Nairobi. Makofi, the majority, Makofi. And journey ends there. Thank you very much.
May I also request the chaplains who have joined us just to stand and wave to the delegates and the guests. The chaplains who are with us, we had requested that they join us. Thank you, and welcome. My Lord Bishops, the rest of the participants are going to be introduced by our Education Secretary, by our National Executive Secretary. I want to appreciate the delegates because the last time we were here, we gave ourselves some tasks to undertake. And our great concern was the 2016 KCSE exams. We committed ourselves that unlike the past, we are going to do a good job. And I want to really appreciate that we joined hands with our Ministry of Education and the Kenya National Examination Council and did our duty so well. Can we clap for ourselves? I want also to report, unlike the last almost 10 years, 2017, especially second term, has been one of our greatest moments in education. Previously, we used to have a lot of challenges with our schools in terms of unrests. And this year, the situation has been totally different. We can only associate that to the good work the education stakeholders are doing and the partnership we are making with all the other stakeholders. Delegates, as we see today, it's important that we ask ourselves, what is it we did this year differently from the previous years? Because if we learn what made us succeed, then definitely we are going to maintain the same culture. Then I want to appreciate, because we've gotten a lot of good reports from the metropolitans and the diocese, that you're doing a good job in capacity building the administrators in the institutions, that is the principals, the deputy principals, and the heads of departments. And our dear bishops, we have learned with a lot of appreciations that there are some dioceses which have brought the principal and the deputy together. And they are being told when they are coming for any meeting, they should come in the same vehicle so that they share and bond together. And I believe these are some of the positive things we are doing which are making our schools better. We also appreciate that we've engaged the student leaders and did training, and we really want to appreciate that these are some of the things which have made our schools more friendly this year than before. We are gathered here in a very important period in the education system of our country. We are meeting at a time when we are now just preparing to introduce the new system of education. And I want to request the delegates that we ask ourselves and engage ourselves for the 3 days we are going to be here. We are talking about the new curriculum. How informed are we? Because we are going to be the ones implementing the same. What are our concerns? What is not clear? We have invited the KICD and they'll be joining us this afternoon. So it's my hope that we are going to engage them in the areas which we need clarification, so that as we prepare our schools and ourselves, we are going to be ready to undertake our roles rightly. We also gathered here a few days after we conducted our general elections, and we want to appreciate that all went on well, despite the few challenges we have. There has been a lot of polarization in our country in terms of our tribes and the rest. As teachers, as principals, as leaders, what is our role in ensuring that we come back and unite our students and our parents and continue building our beautiful country? So we need to think about this and continue encouraging each other. We have also lined up some topics on the theme of our conference this year, that we want our schools to be hubs of integrity. And I was just sharing with our colleague from South Africa and another participant, and we are asking ourselves, what are we known for as Africans and especially as Kenyans? What is it that people associate us with? And it is obvious that the levels of corruptions and other issues in our society are increasing. We are very good at looking at the national figures, but our question is, what is it we are doing in our schools? So we want to engage ourselves and ask ourselves, how can we be the role models in terms of integrity, and also ensuring that the students we are mentoring and forming are going to come up as responsible and citizens who are going to have values and morals in our society. So as we sit together, as we talk, it's important that we engage each other and provide solutions and suggestions for the issues mentioned above. To our dear bishops, on behalf of these principals and the other education stakeholders who may not be here, we want to appreciate your continued support that you've given us as education stakeholders. We want to appreciate that every time we raise some issues, you are raising them with the relevant government organs and we are getting positive solution. We also want to appreciate that as the Conference of Catholic Bishops, every time we seem to have a national issue, you're sitting down and giving us a neutral stand which can guide our country to move forward. So we really want to appreciate you and pray that God continues giving you wisdom to guide His people. Our promise as principals is that we are going to continue playing this critical role of forming and mentoring our students so that they become better people tomorrow. We request for your prayers and support, and I want to wish the delegates a fruitful conference, and that at the end of the 3 days, we are going to go back to our stations better principles. Before I wind up, may I make the following announcements or comments. And one is that to remind the principals that the sensitization by the Kenya National Examination Council, which is going on in our counties, will be conducted on Friday for the principals who are here, because we are not able to attend the ones taking place, then I want to request, this is my humble request, that we know we are only here for 3 days. Kindly let us ensure that we maintain some bit of order. We are here punctually for the sessions, and we are not going to have members leaving. I don't want to be quoted, but I must say, during our national conference, I was there the last day, and we got embarrassed when one of our seniors came and found the hall not half empty, and it was not a good show. So being the leaders we have, being the responsible principals we have, I don't know how you feel if you go to close a school and you find the students have closed and gone home. I am sure that will be the worst thing, and it will be in the headlines of any news media. So kindly let us respect ourselves and be here for the 3 days. I want to appreciate that as principals we are doing a lot of acts of mercy in our institutions, but in the course of the conference, I want to say the chairman for the commission has a very important program for him back in his diocese. He's assisting some of the needy students from the marginalized areas of his diocese, and he has been making an appeal. And my lordship, we learned that you're going to have a fundraiser sometime to enforce your kitty. So I'll be requesting my colleagues, possibly today or tomorrow, that we do a small contribution, which we are going to hand over to our chairman to support that very important activity in his diocese. And then I don't want to be crucified. Finally, I want to introduce the members of the National Executive Council before I invite Augusta to take over. So may I request the members of the National Governing Council to join me up here, and we do our introduction. Kindly let us move a bit fast. All the members are present, apart from one of our sisters, Madam Alice Rita, who is unwell, but we thank God that she's doing well, and she's going to be joining us in our subsequent meetings. So kindly just come, and since they may not get an opportunity to talk, I just want them to introduce themselves and say the post they hold.
I am Simon Mochofi, your National Treasurer, Principal Voi Boys, Mombasa Diocese. May God continue blessing us.
I'm Matthew Namnua, Principal St. Mary's Kirby High School, Executive Member, National Office.
I'm Joseph Mashanga, Principal St. Joseph's, Chairman, Mombasa Metro. Welcome to this conference. A very important thing I've been reminded by the chairman, I'm also in charge of your welfare here.
God is good, and all the time. Mrs. Kamau Irene, Principal St. Joseph the Wakamangu in the Archdiocese of Nairobi, and the Vice Secretary, CaSPA Kenya. Thank you.
God is good, and all the times. Father Francis Kerry, the Education Secretary at Dawes of Nairobi, representing education secretaries in the Metropolitan of Nairobi.
I am Father Faustin Wesonga from the Diocese of Bungoma. I represent the Education Secretaries of Kisumu Metropolitan. Thank you.
God is good, and all the time. I'm Father Lawrence Jeru from Meru Diocese, representing the education secretaries from Nyeri Metropolitan. A big clap for me.
God is good, and all the time. I am Father Joseph Ngala from Malindi Diocese, representing the Education Secretaries, Mombasa Archdiocese.
Once again, Adro Kalemi, the Vice Chairman, and also Chairman Nyeri Metropolitan from the Diocese of Nyahururu. Thank you.
And my name is Nicholas Muasya, Principal St. Charles Lwanga School, Kitui, from the Catholic Diocese of Kitui, the chair of CaSPA. So, we want to appreciate you delegates and say, kindly let us follow just the simple rules we've given. For those who may have issues with the special diet, Mr. Mashaga is going to be handling that. So in case you go and find there's something you needed and it's not there, liaise with him and we are going to assist you. Being here, we know at our age, sometimes our bodies have complications. We have requested the VC to avail the health facility around, and it's important that we know, as CaSPA, we don't have a budget for that. So when we go there, please let us make the payments, and in case of any serious issue, let us be notified, especially by the diocesan chairs, so that we see how we can assist. Otherwise, thank you and welcome, and let's enjoy our conference.